Today we are going to see the operations on decimals. You have already done it in the previous classes. Let's revise it a little bit. Now let's first take addition of decimals. Addition of decimals. I'll just show one example which you have done before. Say for example, I have to add 15.44, then 7.524, and suppose 25. Now how we do this? First step is to convert all this into like decimals. How do you convert in like decimals? Now this is 15.44, which is having the highest number of decimal places. Suppose 7.524. Let us write this first. 7.524. Then suppose I write this 15.44. You have to arrange it like this. Now it is just 25. Now first step is we'll have to convert them into like decimals. So like decimals means here I will put a 0, and 25 means I can write it as 25.000, and here this is the tens place. There is no digit in tens place, so I put a 0 here. Then simply do the addition, normal addition. 4, then this is 6, then this is 9, then decimal 10 plus 7, 17, 1 carry, 2, 3 plus 1, 4. Now what are the steps that we have followed here? First, we have converted the decimal numbers into like decimals. Second, we have arranged it in column wise according to the place value. Now decimals are all in a single column, straight down, one below the other, straight. Now, and I am writing the digits according to their place values, one below the other exactly. Now see, ones place. In this number, ones place is 5. This is in ones place. Now 7, ones place. 25, ones and tens place. On the left hand side of the decimal. Now after this, normal addition as we add the whole numbers. For some time you forget about the decimals, the decimal points. Do the normal addition, and after the addition is complete, you just count after how many digits the decimal is there. You put the decimal there. Now next is number 2 is subtraction. Subtraction also the same process. Now subtraction, suppose I have to subtract 3.547 from say 7.2. Now here many of us do this mistake. When we write it like this: 3.547 minus 7.2. We don't read the question carefully. Now here is see from, means in that case the arrangement of the decimals should be like this. From 7.2 I have to subtract 3.547. So I have to arrange the decimal numbers like this: 7.2, 3.547, 3.547. Here there are no digits, so I can put 0. Decimals on the right hand side has no value. So 7.2 and 7.200 or 7.20000 is all the same. So now do the subtraction, simple subtraction. 10 minus 7, 3. Now 1 carried, so this becomes 5, then 6, and then this becomes 3. 3.653. So if you want, you can just write it down. We'll go to the next one, multiplication and division. Now we'll see multiplication of decimals. Now before I start multiplication of decimal numbers, I want to just discuss one point. See, multiplication of any kind of decimal by 10, by 10, 100 or 1000 or 10,000 like this, we don't have to do the multiplication here. Suppose, say 2.5 multiplied by 10. Now here what happens is, you can directly write the answer as 25. Now if it is suppose 2.005 multiplied by 10, so it will be 20.05. Now have you observed, when you are multiplying by 10, the decimal moves one step to the right. The decimal moves one step to the right when you are multiplying by 10. Here also the number is 2.005. I am multiplying it by 10. The decimal moves one step, so it becomes 20.05. Now if I multiply it by, suppose 2.005 into 100, if I multiply it by 100, there are two zeros, so the decimal point will move two decimal places towards the right, so it will be 200.5. Now if it is 2.005 into 1000, if it will be, the decimal point will move 3 digits to the right from its original position, so it will be 2005. Now this is multiplication of decimals by 10, 100 or 1000. Now in multiplication, please remember, in multiplication the decimal moves towards the right. If I multiply it by 10, 100, 1000 or 10,000 likewise. Now when I divide, the decimal will move towards the left. So in multiplication, the decimal moves towards the right, and in division, the decimal moves towards the left. Now let's see the same here. Now say division. In division, what happens? In divisions, I'm doing it together so that you understand it. Now, I'll show you the division separately again. Now suppose 2.5 divided by 10. So in this case, it will be, when I'm dividing, it is 1 0 here. So the decimal will move one digit towards the left. So it will be 0.25. Now if I do it like this, 2.005 divided by, suppose 1000. So it will be, now the decimal is here, there is one digit only. So what will happen is, the decimal will move 3 steps towards the left, but here you see there is only one digit. So I write it like this, 2005, the number. Now decimal was here, it will move 3 digits to the left, 1, 2, 3. So there are no digits here. Decimal was here, 1. We'll put 0 to equalize the count, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it will be here. So it will be 0.002005. Now if I divide it by 100, what will happen? This decimal will move 2 digits towards the left. So it will be 0.02005. So this is decimal. Now multiplication of decimals, I'll show you some more on this. Now we'll see the multiplication of decimals. There are 3 situations in multiplication of decimals. I may multiply a whole number by a decimal, or a decimal by a whole number, or decimal by decimal. Let us see all the 3 cases. Now suppose I am multiplying case number 1, suppose 2 into 1.5. Now in such case, whole number, decimal. So what I do is, I do the simple multiplication as we do. Say 15 multiplied by 2, so it is 30. Now after multiplying, I'll see after how many digits from the right hand side is the decimal. So from right hand side, one decimal place, so I'll go one decimal place towards the left starting from the right. So answer is 3. This I think you know already. Now suppose 12.5 multiplied by 5. This is case number 2. Now in this, do the simple multiplication as we normally do. 125 multiplied by 5. So 5 5 is 25, 5 2 carried, 5 to the 10 plus 2 12, 1 carried, 5 5 plus 1 6. Now see, in both these numbers decimal place is only one digit. So from the right hand side I'll move towards the left one digit, and this is the answer, 62.5. Now case number 3 is both suppose are decimals, 12.5 into 2.5 suppose. The same process we will follow. We will write like this, 25. So it is 2.5, it is 12.5. For some time you forget about the decimal, do the simple multiplication. 5 5 is 25, 5, 2 carried, 5 to the 10 plus 2 is 12, 1 carried, 6, so 2 5s are 10, 0, 2 to the 4 plus 1, 5, 2 1s are 2. So answer is 5, 2, 11, 1 carried, 2 plus 1, 3. So 3, 1, 2, 5. So now you see in this case, in multiplication, total number of digits after the decimals. Here it is 1, here it is 1. So total 2. So I'll have to move 2 steps from the right hand side and then place the decimal, 31.25. Now let's see one more. Suppose 105.3 multiplied by 2.5. Now in this, what you will do, 1053, 25, multiply this, 5 3s are 15, 5, 1 carried, 5 25, 26, 6, 2 carried, so 5 1s are 5, 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10, 2 1s are 2. So 5, 12, 3, 6, 2. Now total number of digits after the decimal place, 1, 2. So I'll go start counting from the right hand side in the answer, in the product. 1, 2. So decimal will come here, 263.25. Next I'll show you the division. Now let's see division of decimals. Now in previously I have already shown you how we divide decimals by 10, 100 or 1000 and what happens. If you remember, when we divide a decimal by 10, 100 or 1000, the decimal moves towards the left. How many digits? The number of zeros that are there in the denominator. That many number of digits, the decimal will move towards the left. Now, besides that, what are the other situations that we come across when we divide decimals? Now, the first case is, suppose we are dividing a decimal by a whole number. Suppose say 2.4 divided by 4. This is a normal division. So now 2.4 divided by 4. Now this is greater, divisor is greater, dividend part this is less. So this doesn't go. So 0, 0, 2 comes here. So now decimal is there, decimal will go here and this digit comes down, 4. So it is 4, 6 are 24. Now this is division of a decimal by a whole number. Now case number 2, I'll do it here. Suppose case number 2 is division of a decimal or division of a whole number by a decimal. Suppose let us take this only. Say suppose 4 divided by 2.4. Now it is actually, it is like this, 4 divided by 2.4. Now in this case, what we will do, if I arrange it, it becomes 4 divided by 2.4. Now it is very difficult. Now how to divide this? Now see, there is a way. In the lower classes, we have learned we'll multiply it by 10. So the numerator also gets multiplied by 10. I am multiplying both the numerator and denominator by 10. That was the way we had learned. I'm showing you. So I'm multiplying this by 10. I'm multiplying this by 10. So if I multiply it by 10, what happens? The decimal moves towards the right. So it becomes 40 by 24. So this is the division. Now, I'll not do this now. I'll tell you a shortcut. Now, if it is like this, so it is 4 divided by 2.4. Now, what you do is, you see here, after the decimal, there is one digit. So, what I'll do is, I'll write 4 also like that. 4.0, 2.4. I am making them as like decimals. Alright. Now once it is converted to like decimals, what I do is I remove the decimals. So it becomes 40 by 24. You see, I got the same as whatever I got by multiplying both the numerator and denominator by 10. So this is the easier way. Alright, now let's take one more example. Suppose say 15 divided by 29, or say 25.5, or say 55. Now what you will do, how you will divide this? So you will write 15 divided by 25.55. So after decimal there are two digits. So what I do is I convert both of them into like decimals, and then I cancel the decimal. So the decimal gets cancelled. So it becomes what? 1500 by 2555. Then you do the normal division. You can cancel it also. All right. This is case number 2. Now case number 3 is multiplying or dividing decimals by decimals. Suppose 2.4 divided by 0.4. Now here it is very simple. Whatever I said here, you have to follow that only. So it is 2.4 divided by 0.4. Here after decimal 1 digit, here also after decimal 1 digit. So you can simply remove the decimal. So it becomes 24 divided by 4, which is equal to 6. Let's see one more example. Suppose 22.4 divided by 1.2, or suppose 1.25. Now in this case what you will do, if you arrange it, if you write it like this, 22.4 divided by 1.25. Very simple. What you will do, you will convert both of them into like decimals. How do I convert to like decimals? I'll simply put a 0. I will equalize the count of decimal digits after the decimal points by putting zeros. Now here also see, after decimal there are 2 decimal places. Here also after decimals there are 2 decimal places. So what I can do is I can simply remove the decimals. So it becomes 125